Hello, and welcome to another episode of the What We Do in Side Hustle show. I am your host, Nathan Simpson Kofelt, and today we are talking about side hustles, of course, on the What We Do in Side Hustle show. But we're talking about somebody who's been hustling his whole life and has finally made it to a comfortable point, which is something that as a side hustler, you need to hear. It's good to hear the success stories. And I'm sure that he had the struggles too. I'm sure that he had the failure. We can talk about that. But it's about how you persevere through that to get to a point where you are comfortable. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Erik Smalls. Hello, Erik.
Hey, how you doing? Okay.
Awesome. So you're joining us from Los Angeles, California. I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So we're just a shot down the road from each other, right down Route 66.
That's right.
How you doing today?
Well, I'm hanging in there, man. It's a pretty good day, man. It's a great day to be alive.
I
You know,
agree.
I'm grateful every day that God gives me another day. I'm grateful and I pray every day.
Well, I'm glad. It sounds like you have uh, you're living your best life, from what I can tell.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. So the first question that I like to ask people is taking it back to childhood. And were you an entrepreneurial child?
I was, and I had to be an entrepreneurial child. I because I was raised in poverty. I was raised in the East New York section of Brooklyn. No one around me, none of my neighbors had much. My family didn't have much. My mom and dad was great. They did the best they could for me. But at sometimes I just felt like I was kind of on my own. I felt like either I sink or swim, and I did whatever I had to do to make a dollar because I didn't want to starve and I just wanted to have things. And as I was coming up, I wanted to have those new pair of sneakers like everybody else, or those new pair of jeans. So I mean, at age 11, I would sell old televisions. I would find them on the street and I'd take them to the repair shop, and they would give me $5 for them. And that was like my first hustle, and I continued hustling from then on. I mean, dad had a small problem, mom had a small problem, and our family just wasn't like really gelling like you would see on television. So I mean, I did what I had to do. From 11 till now, that's what I did. I hustled. I hustled, man. I got it in.
Awesome. So can you kind of bring us up to date then? Like bring us up from 11 years old. You were returning repair TVs to the repairman. Kind of what were the hustles leading up to today?
Uh,
You,
okay.
and you just give me the highlights. Just give me the highlights. You don't have to go step by step.
Yeah, I think this is a family show.
Right.
because
Right.
we moved from East New York. We moved to Jamaica, Queens, and there was different hustles out there. I mean, everybody was hustling out there. So I began selling socks. I would get from the wholesale stores over in Manhattan. We had socks. We had cassette tapes, and we would sell them on Jamaica Avenue. That's a shopping center. We would sell them there, and I would make my little money to go to school with and buy my clothes. My mom never had to give me the money, and I got into all other kind of activities. Out there, it was a very bad a drug era in the 90s and in the 80s. So I mean, I started selling marijuana, and marijuana got me in a lot of trouble. It made money, but I ended up in a lot of trouble, and I had to go through the system a few times. And I put my mother and my father and my family through a lot. And I know that I wasn't raised like that. So, but after a while, it almost seemed like I didn't have any choice. Like I didn't have any other means of income, and after going in and out of the system so many times, where if I went and tried to get a job, people would look at my record and be like, "Nah, we can't give him a job." So I would have to go back out and do whatever I had to do to make money, whether it be legal or illegal. I did what I had to do to make money, and it would
Right.
get me in more trouble. It seemed like at one point I got so sick of what I was doing, so sick and tired. I almost had like a nervous breakdown, and I remember I asked my aunt, "What can I do? I don't want to break the law anymore. What can I do? I don't have any skills." But she reminded me of the time when I was selling televisions and I was fixing televisions. She said, you know, you're good at selling and fixing computers. Why don't you go around the neighborhood and give out flyers and maybe give out business cards and tell people that you could fix their computer? Okay, I did that, man, for a long time. And I would make phone calls to national companies that fix computers and networks. And after a while, somebody called me and be like, "Can you fix the computer for so and so store?" And I mean, it just took off from there. And I just kept making those phone calls. And then it seemed like it was my saving grace. It just took off from there. And I started getting more work and more work. We was living in Delaware, and I started getting more work. And I got so much work, I couldn't even handle it. So I had to hire other people to take on some of the work. So instead of it being me, it was me and four other people, and they also had criminal records, and I made sure I took care of them because they was in the same situation that I was. They couldn't get jobs.
Yeah.
So
How did
so
that feel?
it felt great to help them out, man. So and it reduced recidivism. You
Yeah.
know, when I was talking to my aunt told me, listen, she said, listen, I went back to, she said, listen, every bad thing that happened to you in your life, I need you to write it down. And that would be your form of therapy. So from then on, I kept writing, and my journal became a novel. So this novel, it's called Never Give Up. This novel, I put it in most of the prisons in east in on the East Coast and on the West Coast, and a lot of guys are reading my book.
That's really cool.
It's reducing recidivism. People are coming out and say, yeah, it's because of your book that I opened up my own business. And
Congratulations.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
huge.
yeah, that made me feel really good. You know, I took some of the money that I was making from computer repair, and I bought my first home. So I bought my first home in northern New Jersey, and then I ended up getting an apartment in Brooklyn, New York. So I'm renting the home out now, and I'm renting the apartment out now. So that, I mean, that's a great way to make an income, and I'm also living here in California. So I'm kind of bi-coastal. I go back and forth. Most of my family is on the East Coast, and so I'm making money with that now, and I'm also making money as a network engineer, a freelance network engineer. And my books are selling, and screenplays. I write screenplays, and I try to push them. I sell them, but they're not selling fast enough. I wish they were selling a lot faster, but I'm doing what I can to make ends meet, and it seems like I've actually made ends meet. I'm at a place in my life where I'm comfortable. But even though I'm comfortable, if there's downtime, I still deliver food. I deliver food for DoorDash. Any downtime I have, I still have to make money.
Yep.
Regardless of what I have in the bank, or regardless of what I'm making, I go out there and I make some more money.
The hustle's in the blood.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really inspiring that you don't stop. That because if you stop, then you just uh lose it and you get bored and like there's no uh yeah, I really respect that you're still going, even though you've made it for yourself. You've turned this computer side hustle into a job for yourself that then was able to hire more people, that then was able to buy your house, that now you're having real estate on it, and you're just a landlord on it, and it's making you passive income. Just that alone is an incredible story that I hope other people are inspired by too, because that's shows you where just one small thing can take you.
It does.
So
And I mean, that's why I'm so grateful every day that I'm still here. I mean,
appreciate
I got these terrible stuff. I've been stabbed. Oh man, I've been kicked and stabbed. I've been locked up. Everything. Now I'm here. I'm chilling out. And you know, I go to the prisons, the youthful offender prisons, and I speak to the kids and teach them that there is a better way, that they don't have to live the way I did, and that they can actually open their own business, even if it's selling pencils. Man, you can sell pencils on the corner. You don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to gang bang. You don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to do any of that, man. You can still make it.
Yep. Yep. Um, let's talk a little bit about your book. Did you self-publish it, or did you have a publisher involved?
But yeah, there were several publishers that were involved. That well, they tried to get involved, but I didn't like the split at 60-40. So I took it into my own hands, and yeah, I self-published it.
Good for you.
Yeah, this book has been out for probably about 15 years, and this book is still selling. So yes, the day before yesterday at our network event, I was speaking to a producer, and me and him are collaborating on making the trailer for the book and possibly making the feature film.
Perfect. That was going to be my next question. Is if a film was in the works? So it sounds like it is. Because it sounds like if the book has touched and inspired so many people, I'm sure that a film will just obviously go further out there, and the less people we have going back to prison, the recidivism rate is huge. So I commend you for doing your part in that. That's really awesome.
Thank you very much.
That's really awesome. So you're in the entertainment industry now. Tell me a little bit about this meetup, this meeting that you guys just had.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we have these meetings once a month. It's usually at the Black Cats in Silver Lake. It's a bar lounge, and it's usually they're very accommodating. The food is delicious, and we usually meet there. Usually actors, models, film producers. We all get together and we talk about our creative projects and how we can help each other. You know, this industry is weird, man. It's like a lot, and I only find this out in Los Angeles. There's a lot of people in the industry. They seem like they don't want to help each other. This industry is made up of a lot of cliques, and if you're not a part of that clique, then you're just not getting in. So when I first came to Los Angeles, and I thought I was just gonna sell a screenplay to a producer, it didn't happen like that. So I figured I'm gonna spin my web and try to do something else. I'm gonna get all of us together, people that's in the same situation that I'm in, that's trying to break into the industry, and we're gonna meet and we're gonna see how we can help each other. When I was there yesterday, the day before yesterday at the event, one of the guys, we call him Santa Claus. He found the producer, and he was so happy that he's starring in a film that's in pre-production now. Man, I mean, it warmed my heart to be able to help people, man, to make that connection, man. I love it. I love it.
That's awesome. That's so much about side hustles is hard because you're all on your own. So finding a community of people that are on the same path is so important. That's really cool that you're doing that in the entertainment industry in LA, which is so cliquish, as you say. I don't know if you know, but Albuquerque actually is becoming a big film hub now too. We have Netflix studios here in Albuquerque. Every 5 years or so, they put like another $1 billion into it. It's pretty crazy how it's growing out here. NBC also has headquarters here in Albuquerque. NBC Universal. And we have a bunch of films regularly filmed here in New Mexico. We have good incentives. So the film industry is booming in New Mexico, but I still feel it's the same way. It's very cliquish, and I wish that there was something like what you're doing, but here in Albuquerque, for the industry people to meet up and to mingle and to get to know each other is pretty important.
I didn't know Albuquerque had a film industry. Like, I didn't know. Well, I knew Atlanta was coming on, and of course New York is coming on. But Los Angeles is pretty. Seems like they just booming, and they're the king of the film industry always.
Right.
But I didn't know about Albuquerque. Yeah, it's probably have incentives where you could probably film a lot cheaper in Albuquerque. That's what it is. That's
right.
More likely what it is.
The whole state, the whole state has tax incentives. So, but Breaking Bad was obviously filmed here, and I'm one of the chemistry students in Breaking Bad. I'm right in the front row, talking to Bryan Cranston. It's pretty fun. But that was 14 years ago when we did that.
Yeah,
been a long time. Awesome. Well, it's been great talking with you, Erik. Do you have any questions for me? Do you have um, any burning questions about side hustles?
Oh, shit, yeah, sure. So what inspired you to do this podcast?
Yeah, what inspired me to do the podcast is community actually, because this all started on TikTok. What we do inside hustles on TikTok, and within 4 months, we test side hustles because everybody on TikTok's like, oh, you can make $10,000 a month doing this. You can blah 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 blah, and we're like, we're gonna test that. So we tested self-publishing books on Amazon, tested print on demand, tested affiliate marketing, um, and TikTok. We grew to 72,000 followers in 4 months on TikTok. But the problem with TikTok is that you don't have much of a community. You don't really get a chance to talk with people. Um, uh, Other than just in the comments, which are normally a bunch of scammers or a bunch of weirdos. So I wanted to really get to know people and have real conversations with them. So that's how the show started.
Okay, how is this working for you as far as with your acting career? Is it connected?
Um, I haven't really thought of that yet. Uh, I've kind of put my acting career on hold as long as the pandemic is going. But talking with you has kind of inspired me to get back into film, because obviously that's something that uh, is a little bit safer than performing in front of hundreds of people. Uh, so yeah, I have an agent. I just need to reconnect with her and tell her that I'm back on. I
Come
told
on,
her,
man, get back in the game, man. Come
yeah,
on in.
yeah, yeah. And if I'm ever in Los Angeles, I'll make sure to come by to one of your meetups.
For sure, man. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that sounds really fun. Sounds really fun.
All right.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Erik. Do you have anywhere that you'd like to send people, a website or anything that um, you'd like people to check out?
Los Angeles Entertainment Industry Artists Meetup.
Cool. The Los Angeles Industry. Say that one more time.
Los Angeles Entertainment Industry Artists Meetup.
Okay, perfect. So that's the meetup is a certain website, right?
Yes,
Okay, so go to Meetup and then look up the Los Angeles entertainment industry, and
that's it.
go and hang out with Erik and a bunch of other models and actors and producers. Sounds like a blast.
It is. We'll connect you.
Awesome. Well, Erik, I'm inspired. Your story is incredible, and I'm so glad that you got to where you are now, and that you continue to inspire others. And I look forward to let's do this again, especially as your book is being turned into a film. I'd love to hear the story of that and how that's going.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, take care, Erik. Have a great day.
Okay, you do the same.
Thanks. Okay, everybody. Well, that is the end of episode 5. And if you need to be part of our community, I wish you would. Go to What We Do Inside Hustles on TikTok and then click the Discord. So the Discord is a nice little chat room where other side hustlers can come together and talk about their side hustles, their goals, their failures, everything in between. So please join our Discord through the TikTok, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.